I'm going to tell you something that I think most filmmakers are afraid to say out loud. I never went to film school, but I'm on my third feature film. So here's what I did instead, and why I think it might actually be an advantage for you too. When I picked up a camera, I already had an operating system for learning hard things. Sports gave me that. Not the physical part, the mental architecture. Think about how an athlete actually gets better. They don't sit in a classroom. They train. They study film. They get coached up. They compete. They fail. Then they come back. Now, I applied every single one of those concepts to filmmaking when coming up with a system to learn it. I call it the T.R.A.I.N method, an acronym that has become my calling card when it comes to the craft. The first step in the process is T for train. In sports, you practice long before any game comes around. So why should filmmaking be any different, I thought. So I shoot constantly, personal projects, spec work, random scenes, and not necessarily all for an audience, for the reps. Right now I'm in post-production on my third feature film, crime thriller called Off the Record. This film exists because of 3 years of reps before anyone was actually watching. But after the reps comes another R, for review the tape. Athletes watch tape, especially their own. Now, I watch films the same way, frame by frame, asking the mechanical questions. Why did the camera move there? Now, what does this cut do emotionally for the audience? I'm not just watching, I'm autopsying. And leading us into another A for acquire a coach or a coaching structure. Because when I jumped into filmmaking, I did so without a coach on the sideline. So I had to build one. I watched director commentaries, working filmmakers I reached out to directly, every collaborator I've ever worked with treated as a teacher. But the best teacher is true self-awareness, the ability to judge yourself. Or another way of putting it is the next step, I internalize the statistics. In sports, the statistics are an external indicator of how competent you are at a sport-specific skill. In indie filmmaking, I wanted to find an intrinsic indicator of skill progression, which led to me internalizing one statistic in particular. Every project has to now answer one question. Is this better than the last one? Simple. And finally, N for no permission needed. The athlete doesn't wait to be scouted. They perform until finally they get seen. Now, here's what I didn't have to carry. No debt, no time lost. I was shooting while others were in class. No orthodoxy. Nobody told me the right way to make a film, so I found my way. No gatekeeping mentality. The camera belongs to anyone willing to pick it up. So if you're watching this and you're waiting for permission, a degree, a better camera, more experience, I want to be very clear. The athlete doesn't wait to be scouted. They perform until they get seen. The internet, the camera, and the will to learn. That's the new film school. And the tuition is paid in hours, not dollars. I'm George Jack, and this is Futureproof Filmmakers. Subscribe today if this is the school you want to be enrolled in.